Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the wiper arm puller from Fit Tools. This was purchased recently off of Amazon. I'll put a link below to remove a stubborn wiper blade on one of my vehicles. And so I got this, and so in the box I got this from Fit Tools, which is a company I'd never actually heard of before. And you look at the package, it doesn't tell you much about the company, or even on the back there's not even like a barcode, which is kind of odd because most products have barcodes on them these days. And then it also had attached, I guess it's here on the plastic shrink wrap that was around this catalog of Fit Tool products. And so Fit Tools, from what I can guess, this is made in Taiwan, since that's the island of Formosa. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the description below. Has a lot of products that look like other generic ones on Amazon. I'm not going to go through this catalog explicitly, but they've got a lot of things that look vaguely familiar. I think one of the ones that some folks might recognize pretty quickly right here. This is the generic, or at least to me that looks like the generic version of the Astro Pneumatic cooling system tester kit. But when I was looking for a wiper arm puller, this stood out to me compared to some of the other wiper arm pullers on the market. Principally some of the ones that actually have a top that has the clamp that actually has a top that looks sort of like this. Whereas this one, as we'll see in a moment here, when I get this out of the box, out of this packaging, actually has a hex at the top. And then so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arms, so there's 2 pairs. And these are on hex on the ends, so they don't rotate too much, but there is a little bit of play. And so if we take this outer set of arms off, and this inner set of arms, we can interchange these with the tool here. You can see the hex into the arms right here. Then we can slide this over and under our wiper, so we've got this slightly narrower one and a longer wedge to slide under. I don't think you'd really use all of them. And then so then you can simply take one of these and its matching pair and slide over the other side. Use these rubber or vinyl coated wing nuts at the top. I think these look kind of funny, but okay, whatever. And then tighten this into place so it won't move around your wiper arm. It might require a little bit of arranging just so that these wing nuts don't get in the way of this bolt here as you're trying to pull it off, but I probably have that down a little bit too far. And so while that's on, now we can then use this to tighten this down to extract our wiper off of our hookup. And then to tighten this down with the hex at the top, and this is really what I thought set this tool apart from others, I can take a 13mm socket and ratchet and put this on the hex. Then we'll use the ratchet to actually tighten this down to extract the wiper. And so having the extra leverage from an actual ratchet and socket, to me, was a selling point on this tool. I really like the idea of that, as opposed to me having to crank away at a thin handle, kind of like you'd find at the top of this. This is just a junk C-clamp. And so I thought that would be a good idea. So now we'll go over the car and take a look at this in action. So we're going to slide the arms of this puller. I'm using the puller arms with the longer legs. Slide this around. And then get this approximately centered over the wiper bolt. Tighten up these wing nuts under the wiper arm. And because our wiper blades are 13mm, and this being 13mm, this makes for a perfect combination. Except for this we're going to have to tighten, as opposed to loosen to remove. And then now with the appropriate tool, it comes just right off like that. No problem. No damage, no fuss, no muss. With the right tool, you can do the job and make it very simple. No damage to any of your components, especially your plastic housing. And that's why we use the right tool.